So today I thought I'd do something a little bit different. I'm actually going to review my girlfriend's car. We've had this car for 6 to 8 months now, so I think it's a good time to do a review. I've had it long enough that I could make some real opinions or have some real opinions about this car. Again, this is not any kind of professional review at all. This is the average Jeff just kind of giving his own personal opinions, his own feelings about this car. So first of all, let's just give an overview and a look. So as you can see, this is the Audi A3. It's the premium package. With the premium package is the only way to get the black lining around the windows. Once you go up to the premium plus or prestige, it changes to chrome, and we don't like that. It's funny, both my girlfriend and myself are kind of like that anti-chrome look right now. I think it makes cars a little less sporty. Totally personal opinion, but just trying to give you guys a quick sense of what this car looks like from the outside. So overall, I like this car. It's got a lot of good features, but let me caveat by saying that this car is pretty darn cheap for what you get. So if you're looking for a sport inspired car that's in this case well under $40,000 or $40,000 US, this is a really great option. So this is basically the base with the technology package, and I believe that's it. But you do get a lot for just that, and out the door we're just right around $35,000. If you want to step up from your average Japanese or American and want to move to a more of a German engineering, German handling, this is a good option for you guys. It's kind of small for sedans, but even standardly, it's got a lot of nice features. You know, it's power everything, leather wrapped steering wheel, which feels nice, the automatic fog lights, which are nice. Now, I read a lot of reviews on this car, and there's two main complaints that I read a lot about. One I agree with and one I really don't. So the first major one is lack of back seat legroom. Now, this seat I put all the way back, and you can see we have some stuff back there. You can see, yeah, that's tight. Here is in the driving position. When I drive, that is more than enough legroom. Now, I'm not saying it's super roomy back here, but it's definitely enough legroom for probably any adult that's under 6 feet tall. The second big complaint I read about all the time is they say lack of trunk space, which I really don't agree at all. For a small sedan, this really has a lot of trunk space. It's pretty big, it's pretty deep. Nope. So the back seats do fold down if you need even more trunk space, but we have never needed to do that as of yet. And it's nice you have a donut, or not a full size, but you definitely have a spare tire and jack all underneath that hides away nicely. You have some extra compartment space. If I compared the looks to this car, and don't kill me everybody, but it kind of reminds me of the Lexus IS 250, maybe even the really small BMW 320. Nice little brushed aluminum inlays there. Stereo system's not bad, we'll get in a second. On the rear is much sportier than I think than the A4. But quick view, let's take a look in the front seat. Definitely a lot of space. Glove box is a little tight, as you guys can see. And they put your CD changer or your CD/DVD player in the glove box. I know some car manufacturers are doing that. I'm not necessarily a huge fan about that because, as you can see, it takes away some glove box space, but I guess to keep the front dash rather simple, that's a trend. I like the round kind of old style sport air vents, which are nice, and as you can see, this is how you turn them on and off, which is kind of cool in my book. You have the main controller It's nice. It also has finger recognition when you buy the technology package, so if you're looking up somebody and you put a letter T, it remembers. If you hit the nav button, which I just did, you can see it's a pop-up. It's a nice little screen. It's very clear. I can tell you though that it's kind of confusing in my book trying to navigate this thing. It's not very user friendly. Let's see, I always love to do this. How far can you go out? 1,500 miles. So it's got a lot of options. I've never understood all these kind of GPS maps where you really need to go out so far. I guess cross country driving, if you really needed to see across multiple states or multiple countries, depending on where you live, it could be important. So that's actually good right there, 200, which is a good map of the immediate area. I do like the leather topped joystick. It's comfortable, it's nice, and it's got a rather small center console. And it's got a USB charger, and they call it the Audi music interface, which is really an iPod interface, as you can see, or an old, maybe even iPad interface. But since I have a bunch of these old Nanos, it kind of really works out. So there you can see a sunglass case and some odds and ends, and that's really all the room you have for in your center console. So it's not very big, it's not very deep. Maybe that's a con, but it's enough. Basic pedals, nothing fancy there. I mentioned the leather wrapped steering wheel. As I mentioned in other videos, this car has also gone to the thin, almost semi-transparent moonroof, sunroof cover. The sun does get through. It's about 80%, 75% opaque, 20, maybe even less, 15%, 10% transparent. So the light comes through. In this version, you do not get the black Arclight liner. It's gray. But let me tell you, one of my favorite features on this car is this sunroof look. Like a big black mirror. It's a sharp feature. I like it. It makes the car very sporty looking, at least from the outside. Inside, it's a normal size sunroof, but from the outside, it looks like an oversized sunroof with that black glass. It's got 17-inch rims. You can upgrade, or with the packages go up, they have 18 and 19-inch rims. Another good plus on this car is, man, these rims are easy to clean. Let's check out the engine. So the engine, like a lot of four cylinders, this is a 4-cylinder turbo. Like most, they turn the engine sideways to fit it, to have a short front trunk. It's very compact, everything's easy to get to, it remains clean. Overall, I mean, look, it's a good looking engine. Everything's easy to get to. It's not a loud engine, it's very quiet. I'll start the car up so you guys can hear it. And it has a low profile. Again, going back to cleaning this car, I mean, I could reach right over the hood of this car with no problem when I clean it. It is really a good low profile car for what I would consider a sedan. So let me start it up and maybe you guys can hear the engine. So it's not going to be your robust powerhouse engine, obviously. It's got a little bit of that clicking sound that most Turbo 4s have, or the ticking sound as I call it. Dual exhaust. Put it right here. Maybe you can hear it better. So let's get in. So the cockpit is very comfortable. Easy to see. Let me show you guys. It lights up nice. You get your digital infotainment control there, which switches. A lot of options here. More changes. It's kind of cool as far as tech goes. They kind of built a lot of tech into this and made it sporty at the same time, which is nice. You hit your iNav. So it's voice. You got voice nav. The radio is good. Again, with outside the nav, it comes with Sirius for, I think, the first 3 to 6 months. Sounds good. Volume's down here. Again, it's tricky. I tend to go to the AC and it's really here, and but and then again, here the menu. Show you the menu options. We can scroll through these. So each one has its own, and there's a lot of settings that you can go into. Good thing about this is once you set this stuff up, it's literally a one-time shot when you first get it. I don't really see a whole lot of monkeying with this. Let's take off and do some driving. Let's see what this sucker can do. Hopefully I'll give you a good dash cam camera. So I'm gonna stay off the traffic roads here and maybe hopefully give you guys a sense of, let's do the pickup. So 10, let's hit it. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. It's pretty quick. I don't know if I ever jammed on the gas pedal that hard before, but performance is not bad. Maybe this car is more sporty than I thought. Also, let me mention the gas mileage. The gas mileage is incredible on this as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, I live in South Florida where the roads are relatively flat everywhere, but I do a lot of city driving with this car, and clearly averaging between 27 and 30 miles per gallon. But 30 is pretty good, you know, all said and done. So for an A3, like I said, being around 35 grand and getting really nice pickup, very sporty feeling car. I think it's got a good look because it's a smaller sedan. You don't get fancy features like different modes. There's no economy mode and sport mode and comfort mode, and you're not gonna get any of those super fancy features, but standard features you do get a lot, and throw in the tech package, and there's really not a whole lot more that I feel is necessary in this car for you to get. And the last thing I'll mention before I sign off is the seats are actually rather wide, and they're pretty darn comfortable. I have no complaints on the feeling of what the seats, they're nice sports seats. They got high back headrests. It's very comfortable, and there even is lumbar support. One other thing I'll mention real quick is, you stick the key in the ignition. There's no automatic key. It's not a push button. If you very delicately or gingerly turn the car off, sometimes the nav doesn't shut off all the way. So when you turn the car off, when you park, you have to do it fairly aggressively. Turn that key to the off position. I actually bought the car in for service to Audi. When I bought it up, they seemed to know about it very well. They said some cars are actually worse than ours, where they had to change out the starters or the ignition where it turns it off. So there is issues of other people having that problem. You know what? They said they adjusted it. I really have not seen or felt a difference. Put the car in park and watch. I'll turn the key very softly, and hopefully it's not going to make me a liar. Turn it off softly. 1, 2. Look at that. Now what's supposed to happen is the nav screen is supposed to go down and everything's supposed to shut off. Because I turned it gingerly, it didn't. So all you have to do is kind of turn everything on and watch. You turn it forcefully and bang, it goes down. So thank you, car, for not making me a liar. Anyway, that's my review of the A3, as I said before. Hopefully you guys get some good stuff out of this. I try to give you some intimate knowledge of driving this day in and day out. Overall, it's a good little car. My girlfriend really likes it, but she's not really a car or sport enthusiast, so as long as it does what it's supposed to do and it doesn't break down, she's happy, and you should at least expect that from an Audi brand. But if you're looking to save some money but get into the Audi brand, I really think that this is a good option for you. So guys, till next time, out. Jeff out. See you guys later.